All right, I'm real excited about today's show. So let's go on and get the word in and out throughout this place. I say glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I laid my burdens down, I say glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I laid my burdens down, see, I got a new walk and I got a new talk. Since I laid my burdens down, I say I got a new walk and I got a new talk. Since I laid my burdens down, I say I am going to be with Jesus. Since I laid my burdens down, I say I am going to be with Jesus. Since I laid my burdens down, I say my burdens down, Lord, burdens down, Lord. Since I laid my burdens down, I say my burdens down, Lord, burdens down, Lord. Since I laid my burdens down. Woo! Let's get this show started. Boy, today we got a hot show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to listen at me, because I know that everybody's time is personal. Everybody's time is precious. You understand? And so Papa G just want to say thank you for finding me worthy to give me some of your time. Okay? You know what it is. We're having a community conversation. All right? And the conversation we're having today is exposing the bully. Who is the bully? The bully is child support. And how is child support the bully? Child support is a bully because child support is trying to go against the very nature of who we are. It's trying to go against the structure that our Creator has set forward for us in order for us to be fruitful and multiply so that we can populate the earth. Child support and the family court system and the attorney general and the state and local and federal government are all in cahoots so that they can destroy the American family to maintain a certain structure in this country, being that they will always have a full criminal justice system. They will always have a full correctional facility. They will always have broken people constantly being generated. And it's time to shine light to this situation. It's time to say we are Christians, set aside, set apart. Okay? We believe in marriage, all right, as ordained by our Creator. Okay? There is no instance where you're going to go and find the institution of marriage before the beginning. You understand? Marriage was taken care of right there at the Garden of Eden. Before he took his hand off man, he had already taught them about marriage. You understand? So today, once again, I'm coming to you and I'm saying, listen, if you are a Christian for real, then you know that the institution of marriage is ordained by the Creator himself. Okay? If you are truly about Christ, then there is a fight going on. The fight has been going on. I'm going to let you know today in today's broadcast when the fight really got going on and how long the fight been going on, so that you can see that it does not matter that we're in 2023. The original motivation is still the same. You understand? The original motivation is still the same. Okay? So today we're talking about child support and family court. And is it in the best interest of the children? And I believe that child support and family court is not acting in the best interest of the children, because they are going against the knowledge that's out there. All of the leading factors in every field, medical, psychological, behavioral, they all say in order to have a full, well-rounded person if a couple separates to give the child to the father. Okay? So, why would they be doing the opposite of what the knowledge tells them to do? Because the knowledge also tells them that if the father is absent, this is what you can expect to receive. And exactly what will happen if the father is absent is what our society is today. And then they pretend as though, no, they want the results of people from being in the home with the father. But that's just lip service, because they truly don't mean that. The action's showing you that they're trying to get another result. All right? So now, as usual, I want to define family. Family is one male, one female, and the offspring they produce. Family is a husband, a wife, and the children that they create. Family is a man and a woman and the children that they make. Family is not one mother and some children. Family is not one father and some children. That is single parent household. Okay? This is how they start the slippery slope with the playing of the words. I've already showed you how they have tried to, mess with family, mess with marriage. Okay, they're trying to break all of our tenets, okay, of this institution of marriage, and all that it tentacles into society, so that they can erase everything from the gender. Okay, we know that he said he created them male and female, but today we're going to read it from the word. And you can't, if God said, that when the sun is up, that's day, and when the sun is down, that's night, you can't come and say God was wrong. When the sun is up, that's night, and when the sun is down, that's day. You can't do that. And this is what they are trying to do with marriage and all of the things that goes on with marriage, because marriage is the only way that you are supposed to be having sex, because sex is meant to reproduce. Sex is not meant for you to just be having pleasure and doing that. It's something that is a pleasure that comes along with marriage. Okay? And marriage is defined as a man and a woman and the children. Not a man and a woman and a woman. Okay? So, think about this. Think about this. Imagine if girls had to be raised in a world where they were being raised by just men. Always surrounded by men. Dominated by men. That everybody out there can understand that's not going to be cool. Because there were personal things that a young girl who experiences or whatever, and in order to protect her virtue, you don't have a male teaching or present when these things are going on. I'm not going to go into what they are. If you don't know, fine. If you do know, great. Okay? And so that's what we're doing to boys. We're putting them as little boys in a female-dominated world and giving them to the women when we know that that's not supposed to happen. All scientific, medical, behavioral, everything says that don't do that. Unequivocally, it's like the scientists are all in agreement that global warming is happening. It's in agreement like that. It's in unison like that. You understand? So it's time to shed light to this situation, because, the enemy, he is working hard. All right? So child support, they are trying to create what they have created, generations of dependent people, dysfunctional people. And they continue with the dysfunction, and they put it on steroids. Okay? And with any system, when it just done got so dirty like this, baseball had to clean up. Football had to get its act together. The Catholic Church had to acknowledge, yes, we be busting them little boys' booty open. You know what I'm saying? Everything must come to account. And this is one of the largest injustices happening in these United States of America today. Family court, child support, the attorney general, the state and local government, all coming in cahoots to destroy the American family so that they can control America through large corporations and through, certain groups and certain entities, all right, to prevent poor people from experiencing middle class life and prevent middle class people from moving up to the next level, all right, and then the people that's close to the next level moving up to rich. They don't want that. They just want it to be a dream, all right? So let's move on, all right? All of this is because the enemy, and when I say the enemy, I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about anybody or anything that goes against my Creator and my Savior's wishes. You are the enemy. That is the enemy. Because oftentimes when you say the enemy, people try to focus on just one entity, the devil. But he has minions all over this earth. And they doing confusion for him. All right? Check this out. You got a 3-year-old kid in the store in Walmart. And he sees what he clearly knows is a man. And that man addressed another man, but he called that man a woman. That child is instantly confused because they at that stage where they understand what's male and female, but it's still brand new and it can be erased and rewritten. And you see, this is what they know. That when they're young, just like you can get them to believe in Santa Claus, you can get them to believe that a man is a woman and a woman is a man. And once that damage is done, it's just done. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, it may take a week or two to do the damage, but it'll take the rest of their life to undo the damage. This is what child support, the attorney general, the state and federal government knows. This is what your minister at your church knows. This is, what the Department of Education, all the society that be, they all understand this because these facts are broad. These facts are not hidden. Okay? It's just that they are trying to pull the wool right over your eye, right in front of you. Okay? And because you're so busy working 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week, plus you got all the other trouble that's going on, you really don't have time to try to pay attention to what them people up to. And that's how they getting away with it. Listen. If you can make a man pay child support, you can to take care of his children, then you can make a man accept the fact that when he has sex with a woman, that the child is his and the child must go with him. All right? You can do that. And I just wanted to point that little fact out real briefly because, I was on the phone talking with some people and they was trying to make it seem like men not going to accept the fact that they have to assume custody of their children upon separation of the man and the woman. And that's a lie because men don't want to pay child support and we make them do it. And we make them do a lot of things they don't want to do. Family. I want to cover family court real quick. Family court. Family court is a joke. Family court is a criminal court because the judge can override the law and use his or her own discretion. So if the law has no practical application, right, because if the judge don't like what the law say, the judge can just override it, then, why are we using that system? Why would something like that be in place? All right? Because it is a pipeline, another pipeline to the criminal justice system. You'll take a father who's never been in trouble before in life, never committed no criminal offense. And I've seen it happen where he goes to jail so many times in 1 year until he can't hold down a job, he can't do nothing. His life is just destroyed. I've seen him go to jail for months and months and months at a time. You know, I just don't understand how the state can say, we're going to take care of the baby and we're going to look out for the mama, but we're not going to look out for the daddy, and pick sides. I don't understand how the state don't hold both parents accountable and say it is both of you guys' job to be gainfully employed and not depend on government services. And the one who's dependent on government services, that should automatically make you an unfit parent. Because if you can't afford to feed yourself, you should not be left in possession of a child. That's just like low-hanging fruit. Okay? But they want to cause confusion. They want to do the irreversible damage to the children. All right? They want this broken society. All right? All because the Creator put men in charge. Now women want to wrestle, to be the head. And let me tell you something. Marriage has a distinct name. That's what I want to say. It's called holy matrimony. You see, a lot of people get caught up in that name, marriage. But in actuality, it is holy matrimony. And when you enter into this union that the Creator has ordained, he said that they are male and female. So if you call yourself a Christian, what a stretch it must take for you to go against that very basic tenet and then try to still pretend that you are a Christian. Boy, it really sucks to be you. It really does. So today we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be talking about child support, family court, and is it doing the best thing for the children? All right. And I submit to you that child support is intentionally trying to create a system of dependent, dysfunctional people that will create dependent, dysfunctional people, and will continue to make our cities unsafe, the very people they're unsafe to themselves. All right. And we know this to be true. So let's look at how does the Bible define marriage. And it says, as first described in Genesis and later affirmed by Jesus, marriage is a God-ordained covenant relationship between a man and a woman. Period. It don't add on. Period means that's it. Okay? And then the next sentence says, this lifelong, sexually exclusive relationship brings children into the world and thus sustains the stewardship of the earth. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You can't. So, we all know Genesis is where it all started. So, right there you understand that this belongs in the holy house and out of the criminal justice system, out of the court, the crooked courts, away from that damn dirty ass judge. You understand me? Away from the crooked judicial system. The holy matrimony is supposed to be in the church. That's where it's supposed to be jacked back. It's supposed to be in the church. Okay? You need counseling, you have to go to where you were married, where you worship. Problems, everything. This book covers it all. Man want to step in and try to hijack the Lord institutions and act like they can improve upon it. No, they can't. You see how black women have found out that because they believed white people that their hair wasn't good enough like it was, and to straighten it out and relax it. Now we done found out that the perm company's been knowing that this was going to destroy women vaginal area and prevent them and have them with all type of problems down there. You understand? They have been constantly, in the name of $1, they will do anything. You want to look like that white woman and act like how the creator made you wasn't good enough? Now you find out you got ovarian cancer. You got all kind of leakage and drippage going on down there. You see what I'm saying? Your libido just gone. You wonder why that thing don't work. That's why. Why you're hiding the fact that you an inefficient woman. You know why? Because you want to look pretty and now you can't perform. That's what it is. And you know what I'm saying? Nobody has to feel sorry for you. Okay? Now, once again, we're looking at it. How God has defined marriage. And this article was written June 26, 2015. And this article is said to be a statement. All right? Now it says, God designed marriage for humanity. As first described in Genesis and later affirmed by Jesus, marriage is a God-ordained covenant relationship between a man and a woman. This lifelong, sexually exclusive relationship brings children into the world and thus sustains the stewardship of the earth. Biblical marriage, marked by faithfulness, sacrificial love, and joy, displays the relationship between God and his people. While commentators, politicians, and judges may revise their understanding of marriage in response to shifting societal trends, followers of Jesus should embrace his clear vision of marriage found in Matthew 19, 4 and 6. And let's go over here and see what does Matthew 19, 4 and 6 have to say about the situation. Ready to read? Here you go. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? Oh, it's a period. Oh no, it's a comma. It's a comma. And then it goes on to verse 5 and says, and said, for this shall a man leave his father and his mammy, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. You understand me? And 6 says, wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. And twain is 2. Okay? What therefore shall have joined together, what therefore God had joined together, let no man put asunder. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. So, I mean, I'm just a babe in the word. I'm just a babe in the word. You say, well, Papa G, you know, if you set aside, if you this way, you can't cuss. But the minister will go and commit adultery, and he know way more than me. And you don't wonder if he's still a Christian, if he's still saved. I shouldn't have done that. But I did. You understand? So, anyway, let's move on and keep reading. It says, haven't you read? Jesus replied at the beginning, the Creator made them male and female and said, for this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. You see, God joins you, that's the ordainment, in this union with the man and the woman. So, who's ordaining the man and the man? Nobody authorized that. Who's ordaining the woman and the woman? Nobody authorized that. You understand? So if that ain't in the rules, then that means you made that up. We ain't got to put up with that. We can say we set aside. Go ahead, take your foolishness over there. You understand? Boy, I tell you what. And the stretch that it takes for you to do that. So let's move on. It says, nothing in the Supreme Court's Obergefell versus Hodges opinion changes the truth about marriage. What has changed is the legal definition of marriage, which is now a variance with Orthodox biblical faith, as it has been affirmed across the centuries, and it is embraced today by nearly 2 billion Christians in every nation on earth. In its role as a moral teacher, the law now misleads Americans about the true nature of marriage. Evangelicals, and other followers of the Bible have a heightened opportunity to demonstrate the attractiveness of loving Christian marriages and families. Evangelicals, and I know I'm saying that word wrong. All right. Evangelicals, I'm sorry, should renew their commitment to the sacrificial love and covenantal faithfulness to which Jesus calls all husbands and wives. So we know that this fight is happening right now. We know it. We see it. All right. When it's right in front of you, that means that it can't be contained no more now. It's out in front of everybody. Everybody knows. You understand? So if it finishes by saying, as witness to the truth, evangelicals should be gracious and compassionate to those who do not share their views on marriage. Those who continue to embrace biblical teachings on marriage will increasingly appeal to the First Amendment protection, not just for abstract belief, but for the practice of their faith. The National Association of Evangelicals calls on Congress to enact laws on the precedent to implement policies, and on the courts to render judgments and uphold freedom and human rights for all Americans. Listen, okay? This ain't something we can compromise on. You know, like if somebody is wrestling with alcohol, drug addiction, there is nowhere on there where they say, thou shalt not be addicted to drugs. So this is something that you are wrestling with on earth. It's a problem that you're dealing with yourself. But when you go to going against his fundamental institutions, that's a whole nother level, you understand me, of disrespect, disorder, dysfunction. Okay? And as Christians, we're supposed to have borders. Yeah, okay, we're not perfect. We'll tell a lie. We're not perfect. You know, we may do things that we have to ask for forgiveness for. But then there are things that where we draw the line, like murder, rape, you know what I'm saying? Terrible things, you know, against human beings. And we surely don't go against the things that he has directly defined for us and laid out for us and say, this here is what I want. This is how I want it to be done. Okay? So, wow. I mean, if you are not with this fight, if you are not like down with us and understanding that this is not going to be a fight where it's going to just be words. Okay? This has so much money involved in it. Through human labor, through control of society, through winning how this world is going to be. Okay? And we have to say, we can't control how this world is going to be. But what we are going to do is we're going to set ourselves aside. We're going to say, look here, partner. Go ahead and do your little thing. You know, you and your little horse, y'all married, y'all look cute together. You know, you and your little monkey, y'all got married, y'all look good together. I'm not going to knock you. That's for you to deal with the Creator. But, we're going to say that we want our separation of church and state. We want holy matrimony put back in the house of the Lord and taken away from the judicial system. We want the institution of marriage in its origination to be respected, in all variations and other forms that you have come up with. Spinning off the idea is what you can take care of in your court system. But you cannot bring us into your family court. You cannot bring us into your child support system. You cannot. We have nothing. Husband and wife and the children they make have nothing to do with criminal justice. And that's where I'm going to leave you. So until next show, thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to me. I want to take this time to holler out to Fresh and Fit, the Daily Wrap-Up crew, Just Pearly, Crimson Cure, Andrew Tate, the late, great Kevin Samuels. My Cash App is $Gil Muse. Please support me until my page is monetized. I plan on doing this and coming at you every day except Sunday. That's the day I just chill with factual information that can't be disputed. And I won't waste your time. So until next time, this is Papa G saying, peace.